Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever signed a document without fully understanding it? Before you sign anything again, I want you to stop for a moment and think about this. There is a version of this story where everything looks completely normal. A married couple, a paid-off home, a quiet life built over decades. And then, one signature. Not a contract full of red flags, not something that felt dangerous. Just one signature. And within weeks, their $520,000 house was no longer legally theirs. They were not robbed at gunpoint. Nobody forced them. They signed it away themselves. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you will understand the exact type of document that can quietly transfer ownership. Why most people don't realize what they're signing. The one sentence you must look for before signing anything, and the simple habit that could prevent you from losing everything you worked for. This isn't about being careless. This is about how ordinary, responsible people lose everything on paper. This is the story of David and Karen Whitmore. David was 72. Karen was 68. They lived in a quiet neighborhood in Tampa, Florida. Their home wasn't flashy, but it was valuable. Not just emotionally, financially. The market had pushed its value to just over $520,000. That number wasn't just a figure on paper. It represented decades of effort, discipline, and quiet sacrifice. Every early morning, every overtime shift, every decision to spend less so they could pay more toward the house, it was all stored in that value. And the most important part? It was fully paid off. No mortgage hanging over their heads. No monthly payment drains their income. No bank has a claim on the property. Just a house that was completely theirs, legally, financially, and emotionally. For most people, that kind of position feels like the finish line. It means security. It means stability. It means no one can come and take it away. Or at least, that's what they believed. Because when a house is paid off, people stop thinking about risk. They stop looking over their shoulder. They assume the hardest part is behind them. But what David and Karen didn't realize was this. Owning a home outright doesn't make it untouchable. It just makes it valuable. And in the wrong situation, that value can attract the very kind of risk most homeowners never see coming. No lender, and no debt tied to it, just their name on the deed. To them, that meant one thing: security. David had worked in logistics for over 35 years. Karen had been a school administrator. They were not reckless people. No risky investments, no gambling, no dramatic financial mistakes. They did what most people are told to do: work hard, pay your bills, own your home. And for decades, that plan worked, until the day something small entered their life. Something that looked harmless, helpful even. It started with a conversation. Karen's younger brother, Michael, had been going through financial trouble. Business wasn't doing well. Cash flow was tight, and like many families do, he turned to someone he trusted. Karen. He didn't ask for money. He asked for something that sounded simple. "Honey, I just need help securing a short-term loan. Just a formality. Your name helps me qualify." David hesitated. Karen trusted her brother. And that's where most of these stories begin. Not with strangers, with people you don't expect to question. A few days later, Michael arrived with paperwork. It wasn't a stack of confusing pages. It wasn't overwhelming. It looked normal, clean, professional, official. He explained it casually. "It's just a supporting document. You're not giving anything away. It's just backing the loan." David asked one question. "This doesn't affect the house, right?" Michael smiled. "Of course not." And in that moment, everything still felt safe. They signed. One document, one moment. No alarm bells, no sense of danger. Just ink on paper, and a quiet assumption. Nothing major just happened. They signed. One document, one moment. No alarm bells, no sense of danger. Just ink on paper, and a quiet assumption. Nothing major just happened. Here's what most homeowners don't know. Not every property transfer feels like a sale. Some transfers happen quietly, through documents that don't look dangerous. Documents that don't say, "You are giving away your house." They use softer language, legal language, language most people don't question. Weeks passed, life continued, nothing felt different. Until one day a letter arrived, not dramatic, not urgent in tone, just official. David opened it, read it once, then again, then slowly looked at Karen, because the letter wasn't asking for payment. It wasn't a warning, it was a notice. The property had been used as collateral for a loan. David called the number on the letter. What he heard next didn't make sense. According to the lender, Michael now had legal authority tied to the property because of the document they signed. And the loan? It wasn't small, it was significant, and it was secured against their house. Michael defaulted. The loan went unpaid. And once that happened, the lender didn't call Michael first. They moved toward the asset, the house. David sat in silence after the second call. Karen kept asking the same question. How is this even possible? And the answer was the hardest part, because you signed it. David sat in silence after the second call. Karen kept asking the same question. How is this even possible? And the answer was the hardest part, because you signed it. People who protect their homes don't just trust documents. They question them. They verify them. They slow down. Everyone else signs based on relationships, urgency, assumptions. And assumptions don't protect assets. Clarity does. People who protect their homes don't just trust documents. They question them. They verify them. They slow down. Clarity does. David and Karen didn't lose their house overnight, but something changed immediately. Peace, confidence, trust. Every document became suspicious. Every decision became heavier. Because they realized something most people don't think about. You can do everything right for decades and lose everything in minutes. Again, I'm going to ask you, have you ever signed a document without fully understanding it? Just answer yes or no, because that one moment. This is where stories like this begin. If you own a home, or your parents do, or someone you care about does, send this to them. Because the most dangerous financial mistakes don't come from greed, they come from trust without verification. $520,000 didn't disappear because of a bad market. It didn't disappear because of a scam call. It disappeared because of one moment that felt completely normal. We share real stories like this every single day, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because the more you understand how these things happen, the harder it becomes for them to happen to you. Subscribe and stay close, because the next story might not just teach you something, it might protect something you can't afford to lose.